What's good with you? This your guy A1 Custom Beats. And right here, what you're looking at is what's called a metadata sheet. Now, this is way different than the metadata that you would do for like SoundCloud, CD Baby, or any other platform. When it comes to your TV and film, their main goal is to get all the sounds that you use in that track. Now, as you see up here, like I put together an example for you. You'll put your track title, your BPM, and what it sounds like. If it sounds like, a specific track or band, as it says here, and of course, your name and your pro, which means Performance Rights Organization. In my case, is ASCAP. And if you're collabing with anybody, then you would put them right here. Okay. Now, when you get to this stage, no one really talks about it. You're kind of on your own. Quick story. When I got the email that I was accepted, got a contract, and then when I got the email when, my tracks got the green light, I was happy. But then when it came to, hey, you have to fill out this metadata, well, it was way different from what I have experienced. Like I said, it's way different from CD Baby, SoundCloud, things like that. And so it can be overwhelming. And so I made this video so you can kind of get an idea of what to expect, after you get accepted, and how to label your trackout files or your stem files, which is very, very important. Okay. So as you see here, the spreadsheet is going to go through pretty much everything. Now you only see the sections that apply to me. The rest you will delete, so everything's together and it's not spread out. Now, also one thing you have to know with TV and film is not only do you do a full track, but they also want what's called alt mixes. So in my case, you'll see the full track. You see it with no melody. You see it with no melody, drums, no percussion, and so on. And then the last one is a sting, which is very important. Now, if you don't know what none of this is, it's very important that you check out TV Submissions 101 on my YouTube channel. And I walk you through all of that. But as far as the track outs go, all right, as far as the track outs, now here's an example of track outs. The key is to have them detailed. Now, you and I both know when we track out our audio files that we can track them out a couple different ways. The main way people do it is they bounce the tracks to mixers, bounce the track, which means you can take everything, in my case, but the reed drum and bounce it. And so it'll track it out as audio files as you see here, right? But the problem is if you use the same plugin multiple times, like for example with me, in Reasons 10, in all the Reasons, you have what's called an NNXT, where you can put your custom samples in or loops or whatever not. But if you're using the same one multiple times, right, it's going to have it labeled NNXT 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. It's not going to give you the sound, right? So when it comes to filling out your metadata sheet and you don't have the correct sound, because they want to know what the sound is. And the reason why is because when their clients go to their library, a lot of times they're looking for specific sounds or BPMs. And so when they put a search in there, and it brings up like, yeah, I need claps, hi-hats, or some distorted bass, then you're gonna pop up in the search. And so it's very important that you put every sound in there. And if it doesn't have it, like for example, let's go here. So you can pull it up. If it doesn't have it, then you can pick something that's very close to it. Because having it detailed is only going to increase your chances on getting it picked up, you know, and getting it placed in a queue. A queue sheet or queue or episode, that is in your ASCAP. And so you want to have it detailed and labeled correctly. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is that you're going to have to listen to that track that you made probably 3 weeks, a month ago. You're going to have to find it. You're going to have to listen to it over and over again and kind of guess what the sounds are, And so it's just important that you just do it right the first time so you're not backtracking. So in case you had to, go into one of your let me pull it up. So in case you had to go into one of your plugins, so while you're tracking it out, just go into one of your plugins, and so you'll see it says like synth poly. So what you would put is that it's a synth poly dash glassy. So you'll know when it comes time to filling out that description, if they don't have that particular sound, then you can pick something close to it, hollow, pure, because at the end of the day, they're still going to listen to it, but you don't want to leave anything blank. The more you have it filled out, the closer you have it to the sound. If they don't have your particular sound, the more professional you look and the more that you're going to stand out. But most importantly, it's going to save you so much time and so much headache, because the first time I filled mine out, I think I got like 3 or 4 tracks approved, but it took me like 3 or 4 hours because I had no clue of what to do because nobody showed me. Now, to the music licensing's credit, they do give you a quick tutorial, but I'm telling you, this is going to help you tremendously, because now you're going to have an idea of what to look for and what to expect. And if you fill out your stems or your track outs correctly the first time, you can just have it just like this. So like, for example, when you're going through it, you can go through, and when it's time for your first one is always going to be the full, right? And so you can always just toggle right here back and forth. Okay, I have this many cents, this, and you'll know, okay, right here I have a hollow cent. Same type of scent. You have a glassy scent, and it's going to make it so much easier versus you have to pull back up the original track, go through every instrument, or you have to listen, 50 to 100 times to make sure you have every sound. So I just wanted to give you a quick insight for those that are trying to take this path and getting placements. Now you're just going to know, what to expect after the submission process and after you get accepted.
A1 Custom Beats.